Palma. Oh, pass. That's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game. Janelle Fuentes. Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Malonia is open. 3-point. Oh my goodness!
Face a jumper by Robin Celis.
Natalgero has time.
Just posterized by Two teams playing at the top of their games meet here at the Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal, in what should be a very entertaining match between two of the title favorites this season in the MPBL. Encho Serrano recently became part of the MPBL's 1,000-point club, and he will try to help Abra remain at the top of the food chain. At makakalaban niya ang kanyang kapwa kabalin na si Levi Hernandez representing Batangas City in the MPBL All-Star Game, and would like nothing more than bringing a title para dito sa ROM Masters. Title favorites, the Abra Solid North Weavers going up against the inaugural champions, the Batangas City Tanduay ROM Masters. Magandang gabi mga kaliga, Ken Pangilinan with Coach Mike Perez. Coach Mike, Abra probably favored in this matchup, but Batangas certainly no pushovers. What do you see for Batangas here in order for them to become successful?
At this point of the season, I feel this is going to be a tactical game between these two. Pretty much, you see favorable para dito sa Abra, but katulad nga na mention mo, itong Batangas really always competing every time they take the floor, and it's very important for Abra because if they win here, they get secure number 1. Samantalang Batangas naman, they get secure number 2 para dito sa South. So a lot of implications on their standings in their respective divisions for both teams.
And you're watching us live on the official MPBL YouTube channel. And nasa Solar Sports din tayo every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And also right now on pusop.com. Ngayon, balikan natin ang ating courtside reporter, si Miss Lyra Punsalan. Lyra, high stakes between Abra and Batangas City. What do you have for us?
Maraming salamat, Ken. Indeed, we are witnessing 2-2-2 here. Two teams from both, the ranked two teams rather, in both the North and South divisions. For our second game today, Coach Yong Garcia, calm and collected as always, said that the whole Weavers are very much locked in today as they face Batangas despite the recent celebrations of some of their players getting drafted. Talagang gigil na gigil pa rin daw silang manalo at hindi sila papahuli. Sabi niya, hindi lang si Levi ang binabantayan dito, Lara. It's the whole Batangas team that's been molded through years of chemistry. The Batangas coaching staff on the other side has one clear objective. It is to slow down the game as they face this fast-paced Abra, to make the right plays and to trust each other. Two red-hot teams, one clear goal. It is to do everything it takes to win. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. Alam mo, Coach Mike, back-to-back dito sa PBA draft. Number 1 overall pick nang galing dito sa MPBL, Justin Baltasar in the previous year, and this year, J.O. Chu as he tries to lead and help Abra secure a crown here in its 7th season of the MPBL. Pero kabilang dyan sa chase nitong Abra for the championship is Encho Serrano, 2-time champion, seeking his third consecutive title rather. Ito si Encho na nakita natin dito sa Muntinlupa. Coach Mike, hindi ito nakapuntos nung first half, but exploded for 25 points in the last 2 quarters. And as a result, helping Abra getting this win against Muntinlupa.
Lahat ng 25 na yun, binuhos niya dun sa second half at napakaganda ng field goal shooting niya. He was 10 out of 22 for a 45% clip, and you love the 4 assists na naibigay rin niya dito sa laban na to. It's pretty much that overall contribution that the Abra Weavers would hope to get again from Encho Serrano.
And Abra just obliterating the century mark once again. 8 different guys scoring in double figures, including these 3 guys na playing that guard spot na alam naman natin din, Coach Mike, napakahalaga para dito sa Abra. Mike Ayanayon, Jolo Mendoza, and Marwin Taiwan. And each of them scoring 13 points. Lucky 13 para dito sa tatlong manlalaro na ito.
Oh, pero iba-ibang profile ng klase ng mga gwardiya itong pinag-uusapan natin. Of course, Mike Ion rebounds and assists. You're gonna get a lot of help from there. He had 7 rebounds and 5 assists to go with that 13 points. Joel Mendoza pretty much more on the scoring side. But how about Marvin Taiwan really leading, facilitating the offensive side of the floor for the Abra Weavers, coming up with 7 assists to go with those 13 points in that win over Muntinlupa.
And for sure, things will not be easy, especially going up against Sniper de Mexico, Levi Hernandez. Time and time again, we've been saying, Coach Mike, he's been having the best season of his MPBL career. And here, despite the poor shooting, he did just enough to keep Davao Occidental at bay here and getting a win.
I think really it's more of the three-point shot mix that really has elevated the performance of Levi Hernandez. If he's not scoring in the perimeter, pretty much he's going to go to his long game, which is the 3-point. 50% in that game. There was 3 rebounds, 15 points. One might say a little bit lower than his normal average, but he learns and understands when to pick his spots and when to dish off to his free teammates.
All right, 2 teams aspiring for a championship. Batangas City going up against Abra. Punta na natin si Richard Tampos for our starting lineups.
Good evening. Welcome to the second game. It's Abra versus Batangas City at the Inares Center, Montalban, Rizal. Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Let's carry on the starters. Up first, the Abra Solid North Weavers. Starting at guard number 23, Redel Fabro. Playing center, number 18, Gio Chu. Forward number 9, Raven Gonzalez. Point guard number 4, Marwin Taiwan. And at forward number 1, the Sheriff, Dave Ildefonso. The head coach is Yong Garcia. Assistant coaches, Denok Miranda, Don Uro, and Edsel Balenya. The team owners, Mayor Jaja Bernos and Congressman JP Bernos. And here they are, the MPBL inaugural season champions, Batangas City, Tanduay Ramsters. Forward number 27, the KNG to the VIP, King Importante. Playing center number 26, John Ambuluto. Guard number 25, Philip Panyamogan. At forward number 15, Don Ochea. To guard number 22, the Sniper de Mexico, Levi Hernandez. Their head coach is Cholo Villanueva. His assistants are J.R. Aquino, Warren Capitan, John Arenas, and Dino Enrile. Assistant team manager Gilbert Alea. Team manager Gina Lapanza. Team owner is Lucio Tan III.
Starters for Abra, the backcourt of Marwin Taiwan and Redel Fabro. Up front, Gio Chu, Raven Gonzalez, and Dave Ildefonso. For Batangas City, Philip Panyamogan, Levi Hernandez, John Ambuluto, King Importante, and Don Ochea. And that has been the starting unit for Batangas City for the past few games already. Our referees for this ball game, by the way, Jay Castroverde, Hanric Damicog, Karina Martin, and fourth referee is Efren Aganan.
A surprise start here for Redel Fabro para dito sa Abra Weavers, as immediately Dave Ildefonso going to the long range here to start the game for the Weavers.
And tasked to guard him is the reigning MPBL Defensive Player of the Year, Don Ochea. Levi, hindi nakatingin doon as Panyamogan tried to issue that pass. That's something that Batangas needs to be wary of, those turnovers. Abra, number 1 in the league in making teams pay for those miscues.
Yeah, pretty much. Ganun kabigat yung magiging kalaban mo if you're going up against the Weavers. Especially with that height advantage inside. And Gio Chu, having come out as the top draft pick over the weekend, is really proving that height is an advantage down low para dito sa Weavers.
What do you make of that, Coach Mike? Because certainly there was a lot of talent on that draft pool. but Gio Chu ending up as a #1 pick.
Well, pretty much. Why not, pick the tallest guy in the draft? And you have a lot of potential in Gio Chu. And we've seen it in the games that he's played here. Maybe one could say na nag-i-start pa lang itong mag-adjust si Gio Chu, but man, the way that he's shown his advantage on the floor for the Weavers has really helped a lot their winning run here this season.
Abra off to a 4-0 start. Ambuluto kicks it out to Don Ochea, who's really found the confidence shooting that basketball. John Ambuluto, offensive rebound. Something Batangas City has done really well as of late, getting those offensive rebounds. And John Ambuluto now at the line for 2 shots.
As a matter of fact, itong Batangas is second best when it comes to total rebounds, so close to 50 per game. And they're number 7 when it comes to offensive rebounds. They are not so tall a team, if you ask me. Pero yung mga wing guys nila and very masipag na rebounder in John Ambuluto has really allowed them to shore up that department in terms of rebounds para dito sa Rum Masters.
We're actually witnessing the top 2 rebounding teams
Yes.
in the league, in Abra and Batangas, 1 and 2 respectively in that department.
Yeah, Abra being 52.6 rebounds per game. But the thing that makes it tough though is that they're using that rebounding advantage so much to their side that they quickly run off fast breaks when they secure those rebounds.
This guy has been spectacular to say the least. Marvin Taiwan has really embraced being that top point guard now para dito sa Abra.
And you like na he embraced it without any hesitation. I mean, these guys have gone this far because of the point guard chores of itong si Marvin Taiwan. I like how he elevated the way he finds teammates, even the scoring para dito kay Marvin Taiwan. That at the start of the season was a spot that everybody was seeing as a potential na pwede mong atakihin para dito sa Weavers. See that push right there by John Ambuluto on that fight for that offensive rebound.
Abra with a 5-point lead coming out with a screen. Dave Ildefonso nakabuelo and able to adjust mid-air to lay it up and in. Now he comes away with a steal, gives it up to Gonzalez. Taiwan gives it up to Dave against Philip Panyamogan. The cut by Gonzalez. Fabro did just a little bit too much that time. Turnover against the Abra Solid North Weavers.
I'm sure Coach Young does not like how that offense was run. They stalled it a little bit, and that ball got held up.
Gixer, great move of the game, born for greatness.
And that's the tough part of defending against Dave Ildefonso. If he's not making shots from the outside, he's elevating for those dribble penetrations. And once you do that hard closeout, it's off to the races downhill for Dave Ildefonso.
Marvin Taiwan settles for a free, and it's money.
That right wing 3 has pretty much been a very favorable spot for 3-point attempts by Marvin Taiwan.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
And the moment that screen got hit and hit Philip Panyamogan, Marvin Taiwan knew it was time to release that 3.
Early timeout for Batangas, down by 10, 11-1. Coach Mike, when we line up the numbers here, we're seeing 2 of the best defensive teams, 2 of the best rebounding teams, and pero Abra pretty much dominating all these categories so far this season.
But I want to start off on the defensive end. You see the points allowed, hindi man ganun kalaki yung separation da. But when you swing over to points scored and fast break points, that's almost a +10, more than a 10-point advantage para dito sa Abra Weavers when it comes to point score. And almost 8 more fast break opportunities para dito sa Abra. And so once they secure the rebound, speaking of the Weavers, it's off to the races. They really pretty much look for transition offense on the other end of the floor.
Let's see how Batangas City will respond here. Nice pass. Panyamogan to Ambulunto who fails to finish however. And Encho Serrano kakapasok lang.
Nakita mo kagad yung hustle ni Encho Serrano right there. Actually, all of the Abra Weavers are very active on the offensive end of the floor because they do understand offensively we've got enough firepower. We got to work on the defensive end. And once we tighten that end of the floor, it's easier, in my opinion, on the offensive side for these Weavers.
Serrano asking for a clear out. Gio Chu, nice pass to a streaking Raven Gonzalez for 2 more points.
Raven Gonzalez, at a certain point in the season, was playing almost solo on that middle possession para dito sa Weavers. But once you get in Gio Chu, who is also very unselfish, man, it just brings in a new dimension on the big part para dito sa Weavers. Almost a turnover here.
5 seconds remaining on their shot clock. Panyamogan. A second remaining. Importante just gets it off in time but couldn't finish. David Defonso the rebound.
Quality of shots have not been so good for the Rum Masters to start this quarter.
Serrano puts it up, puts it in from downtown.
You got to defend the long floor. You have to close out long. You got to worry about the paint. There's really just so much you got to worry about if you go up against the Weavers.
6 of 7 from the field. 0 of 4 naman ng Batangas City. Levi Hernandez could not knock down that jumper. An early avalanche galing dito sa Abra Solid North Weavers. Panyamogan whistled for that foul.
The thing is, this is a 15-point advantage. Half of the quarter gone by with no field goals yet for Batangas and only a free throw to show. This really has been where the defense of the Abra Weavers has spelled the difference, in my opinion, to start the game. They are getting that man movement, but the ball movement they are getting. But once that guy has the ball and trying to make a shot at them, the defense has really tightened up para dito sa Weavers.
And Abra continues to pile in the points, 18-1. Past the halfway point of the first period. Apinan and Ablaza check in. Panyamogan short. 1 and done for the Rum Masters.
Probably one of the cleanest attempts that the Weavers have had, or the Rum Masters have had so far this first quarter.
Encho. Kay Gio Chu. Gio Chu attacks and draws a foul against Dexter Apinan.
It's tough to be going up against Gio Chu up that close. He's not afraid to put the ball on the floor. He's not afraid of the contact. He's ready to mix it up with the other guys of the Rum Masters. And you know, let's face it, height is always going to be an advantage in the game of basketball. At the end of the day, this is a 10-foot goal game. And so every time you have that much height very close to the rim, it always is going to be an advantage.
I think often overlooked pag pinag-uusapan natin yung Abra Weavers, Coach Mike, is how they are just very lethal also on the defensive side of the floor. We've seen already forcing Batangas into turnovers. And yung depensa din ni Dave Ildefonso kay Levi Hernandez. And pretty much has made life uncomfortable para dito kay Sniper Demeco.
Yeah, pretty much. And every time ball is on the side of Levi Hernandez, as a matter of fact, even without the ball, they just keep locating him and trying to find where he is, just like this one right here. And they could almost switch everything right now, speaking of the Weavers.
Not much flow so far sa opensa nitong Batangas. Hernandez fading away. Doesn't get the friendly bounce. Another tough shot from Levi.
Usually very makeable for Levi, pero talagang hindi mo rin basta mabit yung defense at that time ni Dave Ildefonso. He's just quick to his feet and he's got strong body.
Pull-up jumper, Marwin Taiwan. But someone got called with a foul. And Rum Master, it's gonna go against Philip Panyamogan.
And right now, Coach Cholo really digging deep in that roster for Batangas.
Let's check in with Miss Lyra Punsalan.
Calm and steady as always, Coach Sean Garcia of Abra stayed composed when asked about their 4 players, particularly Gio Chu, CJ Austria, Joshua David, and Jason Brickman, who were recently drafted to the PBA. As of now, they are still fully committed to the MPBL and in bringing us to the championships, he said, stressing that adjustments are part of the process depending on everyone's availability. With his usual cool tone, he added, "Sa akin lang naman, the goal will always be manalo every game." Confident si Coach na bawat isa sa Weavers understands the value of their minutes on the floor. Mahaba man o maiksi ang playing time, lahat importante. That, he said, is exactly what Abra can be proud of. A team that truly maximizes and values every role. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Lyra. Abra just dominating right now, 21-1. Ildefonso Mintes galing sa labas. But again, those aforementioned players are an integral part of their championship chase this season. Gio Chu, Joshua David, CJ Austria.
But you see this 20-point lead, but you can't take away the fact na hindi nagbabago yung effort nitong Abra Weavers. Walang relax. It feels like they're the ones, trying to chase a deficit.
Finally, after 11 tries, field goal made for the first time, courtesy of Mark Cruz.
Mike Cruz pretty much giving that needed point production from the field para sa Rum Masters, their first field goal so far in this game.
Patino, naagawan ni Jexter Pinan. Isit will settle things down for Batangas City, but they're down by 18 points. Ablaza
That's the shot.
can't hit the fray. Apinan getting the offensive rebound, lays it in for 2 points.
I like that Apinan went in straight to try and finish it. He had Jong Baloria the other end, didn't wait for that. Nice block.
Sent back to the friend zone by Sed Ablaza.
And so far, back-to-back, really good possessions, offense and defense para dito sa Rum Masters. A good finish by Jexter Apinan on one end. As you see this block on that help by Sed Ablaza.
Some signs of life galing sa Rum Masters. Now sitting on a zone. Patino. Papigan ng bola. Apinan comes away with another board.
And they will slow this down again. Try to set up the half-court set and be very patient on their execution.
Isit gives it up to Ablaza. Apinan again drives right. He's made quite an impact so far coming off the bench. Jexter Apinan.
And how important is it for Jexter Apinan to have that offensive mentality today in this game? There are going to be instances where it's going to be cross-match. And pretty much when the ball is in the perimeter, 1 or 2 dribbles away, Jexter can, make good reads out of it and make good decisions.
A minute and 26 left here in the first quarter. Apinan receives the pass. Balik kay CJ Isit. 10 seconds sa kanilang shot clock. Serrano in front of him. CJ. Apinan thought about that 3. Draws closer. The pass inside Mark Cruz. Bit too tight. And it's going to result to a shot clock violation against the Rum Masters.
At this point, the Rum Masters are really making Jexter Apinan be the decision maker on where that next pass is gonna go. That time around, he got that ball on the nail and tried to feed it inside. Pero ang sikip rin talaga ng depensa ng Weavers.
Lead still at 16 points. Encho Serrano lines it up. Left that one short. Offensive rebound by Batino. Joshua David, susubok, Mintes, Patino na naman for the rebound. And that time, before the shot, there was a foul called against Batangas City. They are in penalty.
And that'll be on Mark Cruz as he tried to battle for that rebound. But Uba was trying to secure an offensive rebound. Jexter looks hurt right now.
Very unfortunate because he's been the one that's been the catalyst for this mini spark they've had. Although this still remains a 16-point lead para sa Abra Solid North Weavers. John Oduba also earning some minutes lately para dito sa Abra. Played for the Parañaque Patriots under Coach Mike.
He leads the team in rebounds and offensive rebounds, roughly about 7.5 rebounds per game, and 3 of them being offensive.
Dami yan in limited minutes.
Yes. Ano lang yan, mga 14 minutes per game lang yan, pero to be able to secure those 3 offensive rebounds is pretty big for John Oduba.
Time winding down in the first period. Manila Rib. Valoria, catch and shoot free. Tatalbog palabas. Agawan sa bola, napunta kay Joshua David. Quickly to Jolo Mendoza. Last shot time for the Abra Solid North Weavers. Mendoza against O'Neill Rim. Jolo for free. Too strong. Joshua David inside. Wala pa din. Fight for the rebound. Mark Cruz ends up with him. O'Neill Rim with a heave. Almost got it in. But boy, Abra with an early barrage here. And Batangas so far still searching for answers amidst this really strong start nitong Weavers.
Well, it really started with that first made field goal by David Defonso, really setting the tone. And then Marvin Taiwan got into it with that 2-man action with J.H.U., who provided good quality minutes as well. And then the other guys start getting involved, including Raven Gonzalez. And that duo of Raven and J.O. has proven to be very potent para dito sa Abra Weavers, as they are up right now by 18, 23, and 5 at the end of 1.
Abra able to beat Muntinlupa by a score of 126 to 70. And well, Coach Mike, dumikit pa yung Muntinlupa dito After falling behind early, they were able to cut the lead down to 5 at the end of quarter number 1. But Abra, once they put in that second flurry of attack, Muntinlupa just wasn't able to recover.
Yeah, and they really didn't have so much to combat against the powerful performance of the Abra Weavers, pretty much dominating in every stat right there. And you have 6 players in double digits altogether for the Abra Weavers. So pretty much a dominant, well-controlled game by the Abra Weavers.
Batangas City just 5 points in the first quarter. That's why they are behind by 18, 23 to 5. 2 of 16 shooting from the field in the first 10 minutes.
Nice fake.
Ablaza, well challenged by Oduba, and he gets the block. And Mark Cruz forcing the issue, and he will be called with an offensive foul. How about John Oduba, although he is down on the floor after getting hit?
Well, it's tough to get inside if you're the Batangas Rum Masters. You see this battle for the rebound right there. Mark Cruz got blocked, able to secure that second chance. Oh, and that elbow right through that chin of John Oduba.
Yeah. At the very least, it's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul.
Well, Mark Cruz is really trying to get a shot up there, pero the elbow really got on the chin of John Oduba.
Batangas City though, still without Coach Cholo Villanueva today.
Tsaka hirap din pag dating sa loob, talagang kita mo at ramdam mo yung depensa para dito sa Abra Weavers. So even if you get a free shot at them, it's not an unchallenged shot for the most part by the Rum Masters. At some point when you get the ball inside, talaga nagmamadali kang tumira.
24, Mark Cruz for excessive hard contact.
Ayun na nga, excessive hard contact. Yung criteria, kaya natawagan ng unsportsmanlike foul si Mark Cruz. So Oduba will shoot 2 free throws for ball possession for the Weavers.
And just to tell you the struggles of the Batangas Rum Masters, they average roughly about 43% field goal shooting per game. Right now, they're shooting only 11.
By the way, happy birthday to John Tragona from his wife Lane Tragora of New Zealand. Yan.
Oh, happy birthday. Dami nagbe-birthday ng September.
Oo. Coach Cholo just arrived here. Well, he must be not too happy because his team is now behind by 20 points, but still a lot of time left. But Batino just continues to pile up the points, 27-5.
And they just continue to be on the, no relax, just keep on pressing mode of a game on both ends, offense and defense. Slip. They don't even have a shot right there.
Mark Cruz sa loob. Gets 2 points.
And such a good find by Seth Ablasa on that moment. And a good recovery by Mark Cruz, understanding he's got to get that shot off while the defense has not rotated quickly back to him.
Jolo Mendoza catch and shoot. Mintis. Jong Baloria comes away with a rebound.
All 5 white shirts down on defense in transition. That's how tough it is to go up against the Weavers.
Unilarim. Pass intended to Jong Baloria. Almost lost it. But good thing he had the wits to bounce it off CJ Austria.
Just emergency decision right there by Jong Baloria as that ball was falling on the baseline. O'Neal Rim now goes out.
Now, very interesting now. CJ Austria is the one guarding Levy Hernandez. He had success guarding Vic Manuel in months prior. Hernandez immediately makes his move and he draws a foul against CJ.
And quickly you feel, that immediate switch on Levy Hernandez. He feels he can take on CJ at that moment on that low block.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL.
Oh, and boy, Levy Hernandez continues to struggle here. So out of 2 from the field.
Let's check in with Lyra Punzalan.
The Batangas coaching staff kept their message sharp and simple against the powerhouse Abra squad. Defensive possession and sa opensa, wala dapat turnovers. Fully aware of how dangerous and fast the Weavers are in transition, they repeatedly urged the Rum Masters to sprint back on defense and anticipate every run. While Abra has been dominating so far, Batangas bench remains focused on composure and discipline, reminding the team that the only way to keep pace is to play smart, together, and with full trust in their system. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And yun talaga kailangan nilang tunan ng pansin, no? As they face off now a 19-point deficit. A veteran team that they are, they've experienced a lot of heartbreaks. But that experience, that togetherness that they've had the last 3+ years, they may come in handy here, especially gearing up for another playoff run in the South Division.
And this is what makes this Batangas Rum Masters a very special team. It's the togetherness and the culture that's been built by Coach Cholo Villanueva. You have to remember, they were a win away from getting into the finals last season. And it would have been a different narrative had they gotten in. But so far as being contenders, you still can pretty much talk about the Batangas Rum Masters this season up there, especially down in the south.
Mike Ayonayon making his first appearance here today for Abra. Kasama niya si Encho Serrano and Dave Ildefonso. 27-8. Batangas only putting up 8 points. Almost 13 minutes gone by already. Mike Ayonayon draws closer, one-hander, too strong. John Oduba gobbles up another rebound and puts it in for Abra.
Well, John Oduba getting the better of position and that offensive rebound with Levy Hernandez stealing that ball away from behind on that rock.
Levy, skip pass to CJ Isit.
So much better ball movement right now for the Rum Masters. Guys moving to the right spot and the right person at the right place and making the right reads. That time around though, the ball got tipped and this will stay with the Rum Masters.
Baseline inbound. Ablaza. Binigay kay Mark Cruz. CJ Isit now. Former teammates with Mike Ayonayon with San Juan. Jong Baloria finally making his presence felt
And the Rum Masters have settled down, in my opinion. Now they're being more intentional in their half-court sets. Unlike kanina, talagang minamadali yung kanilang execution.
First three-point conversion for the Rum Masters, 1 out of 8. But boy, they have to find an answer to this relentless offensive rebounding nitong Abra, although they failed to convert that time. 29-11. Under 6 minutes left in the second period. CJ Isit breaking down the defense, but John Oduba with a recovery blocks another one para dito sa Abra. Ayon stop and pop jumper. And a foul down low against Batangas to make matters worse para sa kanila.
Well, that's a foul away from the ball as Mike Ayon was pulling up for that jumper after that good block by John Oduba. You see that little pull up. See that action on the other end. Boy, that hit right on the head of David Defonso.
Dave will not force it up. He gets it back from John Oduba. Serrano skips it to Mike Ayon. 4 seconds left on their shot clock. Ayon got blocked by Jong Baloria. And it's a shot clock violation against Abra.
A good defense right there by Jong. Leaving everything to challenge that shot of Mike Ayon. And again, the Rum Masters are pretty much mas steady na sila in terms of performance compared to how they started the first quarter.
Actually held Abra to just 8 points in the first 5 minutes, although they only have come away with 6. Hernandez open, short stab, it will pop out. Serrano.
You know what? This game has actually slowed down significantly. We've only had 23 or 26 attempts so far para dito sa Abra Weavers, and they're taking the shots in the latter part of the clock.
Ildefonso airballs the jumper. 2 seconds remaining. Ayon to bail them out. No. Oh boy, Dave Ildefonso just snatching it away from Mark Cruz, and that's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. Well, aside from this action between John Duba and Jong Baloria, that is definitely gonna hurt the cause of the Rum Masters, because they already had that rebound. And then that ball got stolen away from behind by David Defonso, leading up to that made three-pointer by Encho Serrano. At pinag-usapan natin kanina, bumagal na tong larong ito, which I feel is more favorable para dito sa Batangas.
Ayan natin nangyari. Baloria, Oduba, battling for position down low, got entangled.
Nag-lock yung yung mga braso ni Jong Baloria and John Oduba.
Gio Chu returns, as well as Raven Gonzalez. Boy, you sub out Oduba and Batino, and then you put in the Twin Towers.
Yes.
In Raven and Gio Chu.
Man, you gotta give credit to Batangas for controlling the tempo so far of this game. They have slowed down this game. This was a faster paced, first 3-4 minutes in the first quarter. But the thing is, they're not converting offensively. That's what's holding them up. And so even the percentage of shot made, they're still stuck at below 20%. Right now at 16% on a 4 of 24 makes para dito sa Batangas.
Plus 12 ang Abra sa rebounding so far. 26-14 edge in that department.
And it's a +5 offensive rebound advantage for the Weavers.
Bagsak si Gio Chu. At may foul na tinawag laban kay Philip Panyamogan. Wow! It's his 4th personal foul.
And those are 4 quick ones from Philip. We've always talked about how Philip Panyamogan is a good floor spacer for the Rum Masters. And so without him, guys like Jong Baloria, MJ De La Vergen, gotta level up in terms of shooting from the outside, including, most especially, Levi Hernandez and Seda Blaza.
Itong free throw na ito, tip sa ating na Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Gio Chu, mintis yung kanyang pangalawang free throw. Panyamogan, with 4 fouls, stays on the floor. Guarded by Mike Ayonayon, 35-11. Levy will draw closer. Hernandez will challenge the defense of Gio Chu and come up on top.
Levi Hernandez definitely wanted to put that ball a little bit closer, as he has not been successful so much from the long range. You got to bring it a little bit closer to the cup.
Gio Chu, balik kay Encho Serrano.
Wow, look at that battle underneath. Grabe yung labanan sa pwestuhan.
John Ambuluto was blocked by Mike Ayonayon. Ambo sa loob. Kicks it out to Philip Panyamogan. Hernandez, catch and shoot free. It's good.
Patience amidst all that stress on the offensive end of the floor for the Rum Masters. Finding the open Levi Hernandez for that corner three. The Rum Masters did.
Baba sa 19 ang lamang. Ildefonso Mintes. Valoria earning more minutes here.
They got numbers.
Ambuluto. Offense has stalled here for Batangas. He will post up Gio Chu. Mark Cruz, jumper, no good.
That was a good find in Mark, but really just couldn't make it.
Serrano. Emergency pass papunta kay David Defonso. Ngayon na kay Mike Ayonayon.
Oh,
Serrano libre. Corner triple from Encho. It will not drop. Oh boy. That was a rebound already. Second time that Batangas failed to secure the defensive rebound, and Serrano making them pay once again.
Coach Cholo talked about taking care of the ball. That time they lost that possession. Raven quickly got it. And just a quick basket cut by Encho Serrano for that finish down the baseline. And really, you cannot afford to turn the ball over against the Weavers.
It's been all Abra so far. And ganda ng turnout natin, no? On a Tuesday night. Our fans here in Montalban filling up some seats here at the Inares Center. Always fun to be back here from time to time. And Rizal will defend their home court later against Parañaque. But the focus right now is between these two Titans in their respective divisions. But Abra just having their way up by 21, 37-16. As we're down to the final 2 minutes of the first half. Another steal, turnover, laban dito sa Batangas City.
This is going to be a very important close of the quarter situation for the Rum Masters. You got to close out this quarter strong so that you gain a little bit momentum heading into the third.
Valoria with another rebound. He's the one directing traffic para dito sa Batangas City. Rebound, second chance points, Abra. Just having a very hefty advantage in those two categories. Valoria earning himself 2 free throws after getting fouled by Gio Chu.
Now, I like that move by Jong Valoria. Really understanding that he was able to draw out Gio Chu on that middle ball action. And really, you got to attack that. And right now, they've successfully gotten that second foul of Gio Chu. Now you got a little over a minute remaining, and surely they're going to try and test that defense again of JHU in the hope of getting his third before we turn the half.
Hitting both free throws. Marquis making his first appearance. JHU inside, missing on the bunny.
Makeable shot at them for JHU, but again, every rum master trying their best to go up and challenge every shot.
Valoria attacks, pocket pass to Mark Cruz. And Jong Valoria making things happen para dito sa Rum Masters.
And this is what we were mentioning earlier. This is another foul called on JHU. That's two quick ones for Gio, both generated out of that drive by Jong Valoria as he tries to try to challenge that defense by JHU. And so, you know, really that presence of mind to really just go up every time that you see JHU right there. He's got 3 right now, Gio.
And this unang free throw ni Mark Cruz. Wow.
Oh, man.
Lead remains at 19 points. 38 seconds to go here in the first half.
They might go for 2-for-1 here. Speaking of the Weavers.
Serrano,
Gotta let go.
7 seconds remaining on their shot clock. Ildefonso, free for a free. It will roll out. Ayon was there and sticks it in para dito sa Abra.
You saw that effort by John Valoria, really battling it out against the bigs right there, but unfortunately that ball got caught to the hands of Mike Ayon and really just that push shot down the side.
MJ, just 4 seconds remaining. Ambulunto with a jumper short. JHU with a rebound. And what a defensive masterclass para dito sa Abra Solid North Weavers.
Exactly, but on that last possession, I'm surprised that John Ambuluto did not attack strongly down the cup, understanding that JHU's already got 3.
39-18, Abra with a 21-point lead over Batangas City.
You're still tuned into the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. I'm Lyra Punsalan, and joining us here at the halftime is the assistant coach of the Batangas City Tanduayra Masters, Coach Dino Ponce. And really, Coach, seeing how fast Abra is running the floor, ano yung immediate adjustments na kailangan ngayon ng Batangas?
Right, number one is your defense. No, we have to gang up on them on rebounds. Most of their shots comes from the 50-50 balls. No, they're much aggressive on their offensive rebounds. So I think we have to improve on that. And on the offensive side, we have to take care of the ball and get good shot selections.
And kanina nyo pa nga po binabanggit yung possession defense. Paano po ito mas ma-emphasize for the remaining quarters of the game?
Well, we have to gain a lot of possessions. No, we have to stop them for getting their offensive rebounds. So basically, it's still defense that will help us through this game.
Coach Dino, any greetings?
Of course, mga taga Batangas na fans niyan, nandito lagi. Kahit nandito sila sa Montalban, galing pa ng Batangas yan. No? Headed by Mix Baggy, Congressman Beverly De Macua, and our Mayor, si Mayor Marvin Marino. And of course, Tanduay officials, headed by our President, Lucio Tan III, and our team manager, Gina Labanza.
Maraming salamat, Assistant Coach Dino Ponce and Relay of the Batangas Tanduayra Masters. The MPBL will be back.
Feeling ko maganda gising ko. And tingin ko yung pinaka-importante is nag-enjoy lang ako sa triple shootout. So, masarap kasama yung mga candidates eh. So, nag-enjoy lang talaga ako. Mark, kamusta? Kamusta?
Basilas, Risers tonight, close assistant coach.
This means a lot. You know, I've been practicing and competing in dunk contests back in the States, so this one means a lot to me. Well, all glory to God. Without him, none of this is possible. I want to thank my mom and my family back home. I want to thank everybody that came out tonight to support. All the San Juan supporters, thank you as well. Thank you guys.
Speeds, skill, and swagger. Respected benches. Yet the Delvis rise to the ring. Yes.
say, we all witnessed the best ever All-Star in MPBL history. No? Napunta tayo dun sa last shot. We thought that it was the last shot of JC Marcelino already. Pero after the timeout of the South All-Stars, nagkaroon may isang play. And it's a winning shot from Eric Campson. It's a great weekend for all of us. Siyempre, masaya tayo lahat. Napasaya natin mga fans. And thank you sa mga sponsors. Thanks sa mga fans, players, executives, and most of all, sa ating big boss, Senator Manny Pacquiao. Thank you so much po sa support. Yes! Tash!
It's a commanding 21-point advantage by the Abra Solid North Weavers kontra dito sa Batangas City Tanway Rom Masters. 39-18. And Coach Mike, please help us break this down dahil grabe yung naging performance ng Abra dito in the first half.
Well, the things that we look at would be field goal percentage, how efficient they've handled the ball, and the offensive rebound, including the second chance points. If you look at it across the board, it has all been favorable para dito sa Abra Weavers. 35% shooting, making 13 of the 37. Samantalang 6 na field goals lang ang nakuha nitong Batangas for a very measly 20% shooting. And maybe a +4 in terms of points of turnovers for the Abra Weavers. But you look at that, +6 offensive rebounds para dito sa Abra Weavers, resulting into 6 more second chance points for the Abra Weavers. And matter of fact, I was saying earlier na the tempo of this game is really more the side of Batangas, if not for the offensive rebound. And they've been able to limit lesser possessions para dito sa Abra Weavers in the first half.
David Defonso, only 5 points in the first half, but there to pick up the slack is Encho Serrano, 8 off the bench. Batangas City, Levi Hernandez, as usual. Siya yung namumuno dyan with 6 points. Jong Balonge though, with 5, most of them coming late in the second quarter where they sort of made some headway, Coach Mike, no?
Yeah.
But again, yung mga 50-50 balls napupunta rin sa Abra. And let's see if Batangas can clean that one up.
And absolutely. Now, if you're the Batangas Rum Masters, you are definitely going to build on that momentum that you had in the second quarter, where you almost doubled your production from the first quarter, scoring 13 after coming up with only 5 points in the first quarter. And you see a little bit more activity now defensively for the Rum Masters, at least to start this second half.
Serrano fails to convert on their first possession of the quarter. Being Importante is joined by CJ Isit, Don Ochea, John Ambuluto, and Levi Hernandez. So almost the same lineup they began in the first quarter. Ang pumalit lang si CJ Isit because Panyamogan has 5 fouls.
And this 5 of the Batangas Rum Masters, if you look at it, Don Ochea, King Importante, John Ambuluto, CJ Isit, all those four guys, in my opinion, are really more on the defensive side of the floor, leaving Levi Hernandez to be, one of those guys to provide the scoring punch for the Rum Masters.
Levi catches, fires, can't hit it. Importante tracks it down. Hernandez lalapit, able to draw a foul.
And this is where they're going to do much of the attack. Speaking of the Rum Masters,
Hernandez split his charities earlier, 1 out of 2. Oh man, 1 out of 3.
Yes, he has not been that good today from the free throw line.
Actually, throughout the season, only 67%.
Agree. But you'd like to think that today this is a game that, surely they prepared for. I'd like to think you do better from the line.
Marwin Taiwan, kasama si Encho Serrano, David Defonso, Mark Yee, and Raven Gonzalez. So also a slightly different look to open up the third para dito sa Abra. Will Defonso, binabantayan ni Levi Hernandez. Rising up for 3. Can't get it to go. Don Ochea, nasundutan sa likod.
Yung mga ganung pagkakataon yung nawawala para dito sa Rum Masters. You play good defense and you lose it on a tap from behind.
Gonzalez, that signature one-hander will drop.
That's where most of the danger is when you involve Raven Gonzalez on a two-man action. He pretty much, when he slips, when he catches that ball, he's got that quick release for that finish, much as we've seen it in that last play.
Levi coming up from that elevator screen. Uy! David Defonso, he is gone and will just lay it up and in for a 7-point.
Well, not a good possession on both ends for the Rum Masters. You turn over the ball without an opportunity for a shot at them, and you allow just that really easy basket for the Abra Weavers on the other end.
Importante drives left. Nice pass
Nice.
inside to John Ambuluto.
Able to draw that secondary defender to try and stop King Importante. And a good find inside by John. This time, he finishes it.
Encho. Pinabantayan ni CJ Isit. Pinasa kay Marvin Taiwan. Ligtis yung kanyang tres. Labanan sa rebound. It will go out of bounds. Ball will stay with Abra. Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop. Personal karaoke speaker every day. Karaoke.
Well, I really started with that deflection by Dave Ildefonso. Before that, good recovery by Marvin Taiwan. And then that good finish by Dave.
Mark Cruz inserted here. Gonzalez able to get inside. And free throws coming up para sa Abra.
A big man that just continues to move off ball. That's what makes Raven Gonzalez a special talent. 7 points per game, on a 6.7 rebounds, and a 56% free throw shooting. He pretty much has been, a quality guy, especially on the defensive end. I mean, you talk about defense, definitely on blocks. It's almost 2 blocks per game on average, and that really is just so much advantage that you gain in interior defense para dito sa Abra Weavers.
44-21. 23-point lead. Mark Cruz gives it up to Levy Hernandez. Levy, one-hander, will drop.
That's the second time in this game we've seen that post-split action. A low split, matter of fact, and a good finish by Levy. Kanina hindi na i-basket ni Levy yun. Ngayon talagang sinigurado na niya. There's a little one-on-one between Dave and Levy.
And they are jawing at each other at the moment. Ildefonso escapes, gives it up to Raven Gonzalez, who fails to finish, however. But Marquis there to clean it up.
Boy, you get Raven involved inside as well as Dave Ildefonso. You're always gonna bring out a guy to try and defend at it, and Marquis really just providing that extra body to secure the rebound. And Levy right now really just taking it to Dave.
Kanina pa sila naggigiran, nag-aasaran yung dalawa.
First half pa lang di ba? Meron ng kwentuhan ng konti. I think middle of the second quarter. See this move right here. Dave drives, Raven finishes. Everybody was busy, but Mark going to work to finish it off with an undergoal stab.
Oh, Mark Cruz and John Ambuluto not on the same page.
Now they were thinking pin down for Levy Hernandez, while Levy was thinking post up. He thought that he was better off on the post up than coming off that screen. And so now if you're Batangas, you got to defend this one.
9 turnovers already against Batangas City. Again, Gonzalez finding the crease in the defense, able to cut inside for 2 more points.
Again, weak side ball movement by Raven Gonzalez. Curling up, leaving his primary defender, and coming from a part where nobody actually sees him. Levy
forcing his way inside. And a foul called on David Ildefonso.
That's number 2 on Dave. And Dave doesn't want to get subbed. Dave wants to stay. Pero you have to preserve him. He's got 2. You don't want him 3. Kasi right now, nakakatatlo na to si J.U. Chu
Levy Hernandez, Mintes, Dono Chea sa loob, getting the offensive rebound and the putback, but Mark Cruz is down.
Oh.
Holding on to his right ankle.
Mark was going for that rebound underneath.
Hopefully nothing serious para kay Mark Cruz.
Well, immediately, Levy Hernandez going to work as soon as Dave Ildefonso went out. And immediately went to that jumper, but on the ensuing play, on that rebound battle, you see Mark Cruz. Oh, that was unfortunate. He landed on his left leg, landed on the foot of Encho Serrano. And Mark Cruz is a vital piece here on the boards for the Rum Masters, as he pretty much has been one of the leaders in terms of rebound. Ayun, yung kaliwa.
Ouch.
Rather that right foot pala, not the left foot.
So Coach Cholo Villanueva opting to insert Mark Olayon, who's played pretty much limited action here throughout the season. But he had his moments when they won against Pampanga.
Oh yes, definitely. You know, it might be a blessing in disguise for Coach Cholo here.
Ganun din nangyari. Hindi naglaro nung first half. Pinasok nung third quarter. Now they're down by 23. And they get a stop. Olayon challenging that shot by Marquis Ochea with the rebound.
This is small ball for the Rum Masters. But pretty much very capable rebounders, the guys that you have on the floor.
Zeta Plaza. Shot erased by Raven Gonzalez.
Well, you're not surprised.
20th time this season he's had at least one block in a ball game, Raven Gonzalez. That time Olayon comes away with a steal. Gives it out to Plaza. Back to Olayon. Floats it up and in. How about Mark Olayon?
Well, talk about rising to the occasion and never afraid of the moment. Mark Olayon has really provided that needed, lift off the bench for the Batangas Rum Masters in the games that really mattered to them.
Marwin Taiwan launches the free, no good. One and done by Abra that time.
And again, they're going to slow this down.
Plaza settles for a free. It will bounce out. CJ Austria with a rebound. Austria receives it from Marwin Taiwan. And
Ooh.
may foul na tinawag laban sa Batangas City.
Well, number 11, Mark Olayon is first.
48-27.
Well, that challenge by Mark Olayon resulted in that foul. Pero so far, gusto mo yung yung activity natin ni Mark on the floor.
Mike Ayonayon. Pinasok dito ng Abra. CJ Isit will be replaced by Jong Valoria.
And boy,
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL.
and I was going to say, Ken, that Batangas Rum Masters have really dug deep in their roster. It's only Oliva who's not played and been brought in the game. Oh, sorry, even VJ Alarcon. Those two guys.
So 13-man rotation na para sa Batangas.
Yes.
CJ short on the second free throw. Actually, I thought he got fouled. Gives it up to Levi Hernandez. One-on-one against CJ Austria. Hernandez gets to his spot, lays it in.
And Levi Hernandez quickly. You don't have a David Defonso. I think I'm strong enough to finish against CJ Austria. And he is going to be trying to get to that matchup against CJ.
They haven't found an answer to that entry pass, with Raven Gonzalez being the recipient of those. But here was the post-up by Levy against CJ.
Pretty much the help came in late for Marquis, and Raven was pretty much preoccupied trying to patrol perimeter defense in that situation. Raven misses the front end of the free throws. They are still up 20. And they've so far been in command for the most part here.
Gonzalez, 9 points. Second free throw good. Gonzalez and Marquis check out. So a smaller lineup para dito sa Abra with Alfred Batino playing that 5 spot. So matching up with Batangas here. 50-29 is the tally. Still a 21-point advantage para dito sa Batangas. Sorry, for Abra. Levi Hernandez, Pintis. David Defonso with the rebound. Dave attacks. Kicks it out to CJ for free. Off target. Running start for Jong Baloria. Nice pass to Levy Hernandez who lays it up and in.
Second fast break opportunity for the Rum Masters in that situation. That time, Jong Baloria really advancing it over to Levy, who's got a better lane for that attack.
8 seconds left on the shot clock. Levy still jawing with Dave. Joshua David flips it up. And it's a shot clock violation against the Weavers.
Good defensive stop by the Rum Masters.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
Understanding that he's got a better look on the other end. Itong si Levy Hernandez. Jong quickly gives it up to him. And meantime, si Jong, nakita niya open post situation. He's got, downhill advantage going that side of the floor. Went and attacked. He sent to the line because he got fouled.
Jong Baloria, it's his first time in multiple seasons that is averaging below double figures. But today, especially in that second quarter, creating quite some impact in trying to help Batangas overhaul this deficit.
Oh, laking part nung play niya nung second quarter when he started, attacking that lane, especially drawing that third foul by JHU. And so he's been an important piece for Coach Cholo in that run. The only thing really with the Batangas Rum Masters, they dug themselves a big hole with that 28 and 5 deficit. A 23 and 5 scoring the first quarter. Ooh.
Oh yeah, Dave. He knew it. That's gonna be his third foul though.
That's gonna be 3 on Dave. More importantly, the Weavers right now are in penalty. See this receive right here by Levy. He was going middle. He hasn't gone to that spin yet, pero pabagsak na si Dave Aldefonso. Clearly, a flop right there by Dave.
Saka ina-anticipate niya na nagigil si Levy sa kanya eh.
And ang akala siguro ni Dave talagang itutuloy papunta dun sa left.
Oo. $50-32. Now, if you're Batangas, what you want to do here is make a little bit of headway coming into the fourth quarter. Seda Blazado misfires from mid-range. Still an 18-point lead. Ildefonso. Bounce pass to Ayon for 3. Labanan sa rebound. Nakuha ni Joshua David. Austria. David ulit. May tangan ng bola. Laban kay Mark Olayon. 5 seconds left sa kanilang shot clock. CJ Austria. The pass to Ayon. 1 second left. The pull-up by Mike. And a foul down low against Batangas City, however.
And they say that's a push on King Importante.
Holding ground, number 27, King Importante is first.
Sayang dahil isang segundo na lang sa shot clock. Ayon.
Right.
Missing on the jumper. Those are the things na masakit din eh. At least 7 points na na-score ng Abra have come on failed.
Oh man.
Ngayon gawin mo ng 10 puntos on failed completed defensive possessions para dito sa Batangas City.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to close out defense with a clean defensive rebound. And so, if you don't, you're going to give them another crack at it, which is exactly what happened in that possession. Mike Ayon knocking down that 3 off a baseline out of bounds.
Levy airballs the 3. Austria is ahead, using his offhand to finish off that fast break.
And what was once an 18-point lead would have been an opportunity to bring it down to as much as 16 or even 15 is once again back to 23.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig, free installation for split-type air conditioners.
And when Coach Cholo talked about you can't turn the ball over against the Abra Weavers, this is exactly what he meant. You're going to score the other way if you're going to be late in transition defense.
Inside the Batangas huddle, Coach Cholo Villanueva's voice carried firm urgency. We need to make those shots or make an extra pass to make an easier shot. He reminded his Rum Masters that it's fine to play physical but not to waste unnecessary energy on collisions like earlier. His directive was clear: move the ball, look for outside passes, and execute smartly on offense. The target was set. Trim Abra's lead down to 12 within the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, which has clearly been a struggle for them. A challenge meant to sharpen their focus and keep the game within reach. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. Yun nga 12 points sana yung target nila, pero lumobo pa sa 23 puntos yung kalabangan ng Abra. 16 seconds remaining here in the third period. Mark Olayon off the glass. It will roll out. Aplaza there, just relentless on that offensive board and able to put it back in for Batangas City.
We gotta get a stop on the other end and secure defensive rebound.
David to beat the buzzer. No good. Third quarter comes to an end. And again, Coach Mike, a lot of opportunities for Batangas to inch closer, but Abra just pouring it on. Highlights of the game brought to you by Zip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Raven Gonzalez moving without the ball has really, at the start of the third quarter, proven to be a challenge for the Batangas Rum Masters, let alone with Levy Hernandez really trying to find his way in this game. Started things off with when David Defonso got out, but again, you turn the ball over, they quickly run the other way, and the Batangas Rum Masters are once again down as we head into the fourth and final quarter.
55-34. Abra with a commanding 21-point lead. Nagbabalik po kami dito po sa Inares Center in Montalban. We check out our fan of the game brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
Well, fans, you're getting treated to a very good match between the Abra Weavers and Batangas Rum Masters, and later on, it's the hometown team and the Rizal Golden Coolers going up against Parañaque.
It's been all Abra in the first three quarters, 55-34.
You see those 16 points per quarter na output in the second and the third, and then another 16 for Batangas. That 16-point output is pretty good for the Rum Masters, considering where they came from. Ooh! As Batino was trying to go for that shot. Seda Blasa got in the way.
Again, when Batangas City looks back at this ball game, they're just gonna look at Coach Mike first, yung mga failed opportunities to grab the defensive rebounds.
Yes.
And minsan pag nakuha na nila yung rebound, either nasusundutan sila or they themselves lose the basketball.
Yeah, those 19 offensive rebounds. They had 12 at the half and they got 7 more in the third quarter. Pinag-usapan nga natin kanina, if you take away the 12 offensive rebounds, naka 25 attempts lang itong Abra Weavers at the end of the first half. But then again, they had so much because of those offensive rebounds.
Ildefonso, full head of steam.
Ooh!
Importante, got teed up by referee Karina Martin.
Yeah, because King Importante was signaling, maybe a little contest on that ball, pero walang makakapigil talaga dito kay David. If you give him that much steam, this one he points to the official, and he says it's all ball. I felt that was too quick.
Ooh. Well, Defonso, mintis nga lang yung kanyang technical free throw, but he has 2 more at the line. Oh boy.
Oh, man.
It's a rare off night for David Defonso.
Davis 0 out of 2 right now. He makes the third one.
And He hasn't scored in single digits in scoring so far this season. All 24 games that they've played, he's had at least 10 points. Mike Ayonayon.
But I'm sure yung Dave Ildefonso focusing on other things, tingin ko makakatulong para dito sa Abra Weavers. You can't be too dependent on Dave come the tough games in the playoffs. Some other guys gotta, rise up in terms of their performance. Oh, what a rebound by Dave.
Batino, though, fails to contain that pass from CJ Austria.
But you love the effort of Batino, though. He came off running in transition together with the guards.
58-34. Still an opportunity here for Batangas City, but time clearly not on their side, though there's still a lot of time left on the clock. 58-34 ang ating talaan, 24-point lead para dito sa Abra. 8.5 remaining in the fourth quarter.
You've got to bring this down real quick for Batangas Rob Masters. You're down 24. And I hope is at least maybe half of at least at the 5-minute mark, you bring this down to what, 15 maybe? And then give yourselves a fighting chance to try and snatch this one against the Abra Weavers. Nice pass.
Ablaza, 2 more points underneath.
And again, Jong Baloria making the good reads, finding the open man. He does it again here in the fourth quarter.
Ildefonso, binabantayan ni Jong Baloria.
He's gonna attack this. He feels he's got a mismatch.
Changing direction, Ildefonso puts it in. That streak of scoring at least 10 points still alive.
Oh, the moment that cross match happened, Dave knew he had advantage. So he quickly attacked it.
Ablaza, pubukol sa 3. Mintes. Ochea the rebound. At may tulak laban kay Mike Ayonayo.
Mike's gonna be called for a foul. And a lot of that really has to do with Jong Baloria really just staying active and giving them a shot at it. Good pass right there to Seda Blasa down the middle. And ito naman, yung nakita ni Dave na mismatch. Atakihin ko na to.
Foul ulit laban sa Abra. Serrano that time whistled for that foul.
And that's the 4th team foul now. And so if they get them into penalty, that might be one thing that they want to keep on going at it.
Ochea, hook shot. Mintis pa din. Bola napunta kay Encho Serrano.
And it's really just tough trying to finish against that defense of the Abra Weavers.
Patino got pushed. Yusit called for that foul. Mark Cruz, good thing he's back in harness after injuring his ankle earlier. Ryan Batino at the line. Itong free throw na ito, din sa atin ng Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. And bukod din sa hindi nila natatapos with a clean defensive rebound for Batangas, ang dami ring instances, Coach Mike, na maubos na yung shot clock. They were playing good defense for a good 20, 21, 22 seconds.
Yes.
And then at the last second, give up sila ng foul.
Sayang yung mga pagkakataon, no? Para dito sa Ramasa. But they still have time here. And they gotta be quick in scoring, though.
Nice pass by Isit. Baloria open for free but just couldn't knock it down. Ooh!
Yeah, that elbow got stuck out.
Si Gio Chu naman, tinawagan ng technical foul dito.
Nakagulat yung mga bungguan sa ilalim eh. Kasi talagang labanan ng rebound between these two teams.
Jay Castroverde making the call. He also called that technical foul against Dave earlier.
Yeah. On that flop.
Yeah.
Did he swing his elbow? I I thought he just... Oh, yeah.
I don't know about that one. Seriously.
Let's see that again. Did he?
I mean, he
Oh, yeah,
did,
he did.
but
But he showed it a little bit on the face of Donachea. So
Okay.
it's not like he rebounded it and was looking the other way. That might be the argument, though. But it sure looked like he looked back and then that little swing.
mahirap na nga sa Batangas. They're behind.
They're
And they've also missed their free throws. 6 out of 14.
Very rarely do you get to the free throw and you miss more than half of your shot attempts from there. Let alone giving up a lot of offensive rebounds.
Ayon.
Steal.
Bola nawala. Valoria in transition. Bounce pass to Ochea. At may foul na itatawag laban kay Jolo Mendoza.
Knocking foul on number 10, Jolo Mendoza, Spurs. 2 free throws.
6 minutes, 46 seconds left. Again, free throws. 68% ang Abra, but Batangas just 7 of 15.
And they've really been looking for some other guy to help out in the scoring. And so far, it's only Levi Hernandez who scored in double digits at 13, and everyone else just, chipping in whatever they could. Your next best scorer for the Rum Masters would be John Valoria, who's got 6.
This is eerily similar, Coach Mike, to the very first game of Batangas City. I don't know if you recall that against Quezon.
Quezon, right. Against Quezon, exactly.
Na, ang ganda rin naman nung naging depensa nila. But they just failed to score points. And that time, Enzo Serrano laying it in 64-38.
Yeah, pretty much. And in that game, that was a 24-point loss for Batangas, 70-46. And that, to your point, is pretty much looking like that game.
Kasi yung i-hold mo na yung Quezon ng 70 points, malaking bagay yun. Pero dahil nga 46 points lang sila noon.
Yung shot making ang naging challenge sa kanila.
Oo.
3 for the straight.
And this guy has been lights out from beyond the arc, shooting 44.4% from that distance. Jolo Mendoza.
Well, it's been the off-ball movement of the Weavers that has allowed them to get that open look.
And this has been the problem for Batangas against the elite teams. Quezon, and then here against Abra, Levi Hernandez with a putback. And also, if you recall, against Nueva Ecija, when we covered their game in Abra,
Right.
na once nag-pull away yung Nueva Ecija in the second quarter at nanlamig yung opensa nila, hindi na sila na-recover.
Yeah, matter of fact, to your point, the only huge double-digit losses that Batangas got was on Quezon on a 24-point loss.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
And the second one against Nueva Ecija, when the score was 71-54. And so, when you look at the score right now, that pretty much is how it looks in terms of scoring.
2 of 17 lang from 3 itong Batangas. Abra actually 6 out of 24 lang din. Not really eye-popping numbers. But again, this is what's hard if you're going up against Abra. You just think on paper na puro mga offensive juggernaut yun nasa kanila. Sila Dave, si Encho, si Jolo Mendoza. But also, when you look more on how they defend, elite din sila in that department, Coach.
Right. Agree. And speaking of the Rum Masters, when they win, they average roughly about 83 points. But when they lose, they get only to 69 points. And this is way below that 69-point output for a losing game for the Rum Masters. And really just shows you that kind of struggle in terms of finding the hoop for the Rum Masters. And I was going to agree with you na mapapaba mo ng ganyang puntos lang itong Abra Weavers. Napalaking bagay na yan.
Levy forcing the issue, gets 2 points plus a foul. 17 markers for Levy Hernandez.
Levy's gonna need help from the other guys. I mean, there are going to be games when he's gonna be off, especially come the important games.
I mean, Dave is just a fiery competitor. He doesn't want to get subbed out just yet.
Yeah, I'll tell you, in the All-Star games, me and Sedef we were discussing, and he mentioned about how focused Dave was. It was at the All-Star game, and he didn't even know who won. I think that dunk contest or the three-point shootout because he was too focused preparing for the game. And this was the All-Star game.
Grabe, no?
Oh, grabe yung competitive nature ni Dave, di ba?
Kanina nakikita niya, alam niyang siya ipapalitan eh. Sinisenya siya na si Coach Yong. Coach,
He's trying to wave
wag
it off.
muna, wag muna. Yeah, the homegrowns here. Wilkin Lee, Redel Fabro, Joviel Gonzalez, together with Gio Chu and Jolo Mendoza.
Oh, they weren't able to go to that weak side opportunity for Gio Chu.
Shot block violation against Abra here.
Gotta keep on pushing now if you're a Masters.
Levy free for a free. Short.
Oh, wow.
That's a wide open look, and that's kind of been the story here. Batangas had their share of wide open shots, just couldn't hit it.
And this performance by Levy Hernandez, right now is 1 out of 7 from 3, is coming off a 4 out of 8 3-point shooting in their win against Davao. He did struggle from the perimeter, but he was so much better from 3 in that game. Maybe a tad lower than his normal average of 17 points per game, where he got 15. But clearly shows you that guys like Seda Blasa, Jong Valoria gotta come up and help out the scoring for Levy Hernandez. Because if these are close games, and I think we said this before, you don't want to be in a battle with Batangas Rum Masters because of how they execute the end game.
Actually, Abra dumami ng turnovers dito. Nice pass by Lion, but broken up by Radel Fabro. 23-point lead still for the Abra Solid North Weavers. Steal here, Ochea gives it up to Olayon. The pass to Hernandez, laying it in with his left hand. Hernandez with 20 points.
They're going man on full court here.
Ochea gets a steal. Ochea susugod. Tutungo ulit sa 15-foot line for 2 shots.
Again, immediately on the basket, they went on a man-to-man. Single coverage initially, but if you go into a trap area, they bring in a secondary defender to try and help out.
Ochea, pasok ang kanya unang free throw. Actually, Don Ochea in the last few games that they've had has really performed much better. Again, 9 rebounds to go along with 8 points.
I mean, man, if you take away that 18-point deficit in the first half, this would have been just a 3-point game advantage for the Abra Weavers.
Hernandez lost it. Ball will stay with Batangas. We're still not giving up here. Lead at 19, 2 minutes 41. Most of their main guys still in there, led by Levy Hernandez, who will rise up and drill in that jumper. 22 points for Sniper de Mexico.
It's down to 17 here. Full court pressure again.
Jolo gives it up to Jorel Gonzalez. Still a 17-point advantage for Abra. Time winding down here para sa Batangas City. J.O. Chu will slam it down with two hands. Nice pass from Wilkin Lee.
Boy, they've been waiting for that moment on that short roll from J.O. Chu. And that time, J.O. made sure he hammers it down.
Levy Mintes. Wilkin Lee. And that's probably gonna do it. Abra, again, looking good. Still at the top of the mountain here. Mendoza, Mintes got it back. Will fire from the outside. Mintes pa din. CJ will get it para dito sa Batangas City. Against Jorel Gonzalez. Ochea. Backing down Redel Fabro. Skip pass to CJ Isit for free. Lead down to 16 but only 74 seconds remaining.
The Rum Masters are not giving up here. They're staying the course.
They probably need to foul though. They try to gain more possessions. Wilkin Lee, J.O. Chu again. Hard foul given up. And he gets it. J.O. Chu.
J.O. Chu really just being in, really that force underneath. This time around, that little pocket pass intended for J.O. Chu on that short roll of that cross match with Levy Hernandez. And then again, the other end. You see him once again drawing that defender and Don Achea trying to tag him from behind as J.O. Chu once again brings that home.
Now, if you look at the remaining schedule for Batangas City, after this one, they still have 2 games left. They'll go up against Bulacan, certainly a winnable game. And then, on their last assignment, kalaban naman nila ang Mindoro Tamaraos. So with this impending loss, they'll fall down to 18-9. So the most wins that they could get is a 20.
Right.
Now, Zamboanga, also with a 17-9 record, the most wins na pwede rin for Zamboanga is 20.
Assuming they win those 3 remaining games.
So pag nag-end up na tabla silang dalawa, Zamboanga would have the higher seed by the win over the other role since Zamboanga beat Batangas in San Fernando.
That is right. You know, on Abra's situation, it sure looks like on this win, they would have already secured number 1. Well, they have San Juan left in one of their remaining games, with the other 3 games being, lower tier teams.
Well, they have a good shot of finishing at number 1. Pero madami bang pwede mangyari dyan? Dahil nga, banggit mo, maglalaban pa yung Abra. San Juan, Abra still has teams like Pasig, Davao, and Mindoro. Although, definitely heavily favored to win all those matches. Pero yung interesting talaga yung sa South kasi Rizal, who will play later, only has 8 losses.
Right.
They still have 5 more games, including this one against Parañaque. Although they still have to face off against Muntinlupa, Bacolod, and then 2 top teams in the north in Pangasinan and Nueva Ecija.
And that is, those couple of games would really be a test for the Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers to try and get to number 2.
So yung race for that number 2 spot is gonna be very intriguing for those teams I've mentioned, Batangas, Zamboanga, and Rizal. 74-58, Abra, still the hottest team in the league right now. 22 straight wins. Boy, looking good despite probably the worst outing of Dave Ildefonso here in the MPBL, finishing with just 10 points. But man, they've shown that even with a rare off night from Dave Ildefonso, I mean, the other guys are a force to be reckoned with para dito sa Abra Solid North Weavers.
And really just showing you the depth of the roster of the Abra Weavers. So far, if you are playing the Abra Weavers and you allow them that strong start off the gates, there is very low chance that you're gonna come back overcome their powerhouse and win the game. And so you gotta settle them down at the start of the game. And in this game, the Batangas Rum Masters really dug themselves a big hole on that 23-5 first quarter showing. And so far, the guy that has provided that really good contribution is really Raven Gonzalez.
He is our best player of the game, Raven Gonzalez. And usually a thorn on this side, rejecting shots, but also a recipient of those beautiful passes in the paint, and was able to capitalize on them, helping Abra to this wire-to-wire victory over Batangas City, 74-58, and Abra improves to 24-1. Let's go courtside to Miss Lyra Punsalan.
Raven, congratulations. You guys came in an avalanche. Sa first quarter pa lamang ramdam na kagad yung dominance nyo. Anong pinaka nag-work sa inyo offensively and defensively kaya naging kontrolado nyo kaagad yung laro?
I think na nagsumunod lang kami sa plano ni Coach Yong, and yun, importante rin talaga na masunod namin yung game plan namin, and I think na everyone nagpapasahan lang ng first quarter, parang basta pasapasahan lang, and yun, lahat nakascore.
And Raven, ang haba na nga ng winning streak nyo. Paano nyo nasusustain yung focus at energy game after game, especially sa papadating na playoffs?
Nire-remind lang namin sarili namin, especially sila coach, sila boss, sila Kuya Mark, na hindi pa, ang layo pa namin. Like, we're into 24 games na ata, 25. Pero hindi pa sapat talaga yun kasi parang wala pa kami napapatunayan.
Very humble. Raven, may mga gusto ka pa bang pasalamatan?
Yes po, syempre sinashoutout ko po yung mama ko, yung kapatid ko, yung girlfriend ko, and syempre sila Boss JB sa walang sawang support, pati na rin sila Congresswoman Ching, and kay Rudy Tan ng Burlington.
Maraming salamat, Raven Gonzalez of the Abra Solid North Weavers. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. At naipanalo ng Abra itong laban ito kontra sa Batangas. And Abra still at the top of the North. You see here, 24-1. Pretty much itong tatlong kupunan na ito, outright playoff entry na sila. No? Talking about Abra, Nueva Ecija, and San Juan. Pretty much heated up yung 4-7. And should be a fun race towards the finish line for those teams. But up next, we have the Parañaque Patriots going up against the Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers. Huwag po yung aalis dahil magbabalik pa ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.